Here's some more ancient empires. We gotta grab up these sheep while we can. And still learning what we can about the Chinese. We gotta grab up these sheep while we can. And grabbing them up we are. Decided to go for a double scout opening here, and we're grabbing up the sheep. Not only that, we're playing as the Chinese, so we're learning even more about them. Good to have you back here. The map is Dry Arabia. We're playing against my opponent Fade, who is playing as the Malians. And I'm going to go for my Chinese opening, the Song Dynasty 2-Town Center build, as long as I'm able to. Oh, there was a sheep back there? Darn. So if I'm able to, I will go it. If I don't see much aggression from my opponent, or I feel like I can just plain get away with it and play defensively, that's what I'm going to go for. I have noticed more recently that Chinese players aren't really going for that second town center and maybe just sticking on the one town center, Song Dynasty, and then going up to the Castle Age. But I don't know. I like the two town centers. You can get this big economic power. It's nice. Playing against the Malians, one of the new civilizations. We're learning more about them every time we play them. This is that pit mine operation, giving my opponent some passive gold income. We're getting down our Imperial Academy. It's going to boost the tax generation in the mill, lumber camp. Sadly, the gold mine was just too far away, but primarily we want the mill and the lumber camp because we're going to have a lot of resource drop-offs there. We both hit the feudal age, and I'm going to continue to gather up food and gold. We're going to get a second Imperial official here. He can go about picking up all this gold. And watch the mill's tax rate just explode. That's wild. What are we going to see from our opponent early on? He's probably going to upgrade his scouts to warrior scouts. Yeah, there we go. The Malians, I think this is it's a good upgrade. These warrior scouts they're good at picking off villagers who are maybe out on the map. They're good at taking out archers, and of course they're great at taking out other scouts. I'm going to try to get out on the map with these archers, maybe to just kill some of his warrior scouts or force him to make something, but yeah, he has a stables, turns out. We're coming by with our scout, seeing it, getting harassed up here. Oh, this is actually a sofa. So he's actually making some cavalry here. Trying to duke it out here, but man, those warrior scouts do big damage. And they move a little faster than normal scouts, so they can chase my units down. We're going to get a barracks in response to scare off that sofa and the warrior knights, or the warrior scouts. We're getting our Barbican of the Sun down, and I wasn't really sure where to place the Barbican. This was very tempting, all this food over here, the berries and the deer, but I didn't like this stealth forest near it. And yeah, he's coming in with the sofas, trying to get some villager pickoffs, but we're doing a good job preventing him. Seen javelin throwers, the Malian unique unit that deals extra damage to ranged units, and they deal 8 damage regardless, so that's pretty strong. 12 to a ranged unit, 8 to anything else. Those are just good units. Oh, looks like there's an archer just kind of trapped behind my town center. I wonder if I'll ever notice him. Looking around to see if he's bringing any units over. I see them at the front, so I send a group of villagers to the back side of my base to wall this up and then start harvesting these berries. My opponent's coming forward with his javelin throwers. He's trying to get pickoffs. So look at this. He's going to throw the javelins, try and get my villagers. And look, here comes another volley. But I can just retreat. The projectile speed from these javelin throwers is so slow. The spears take so long to reach their intended target that if you just garrison really quickly to a nearby building, I mean, really, you want like Longbowman or Zhug Nu harassing these villagers. That, or if you're playing as the Malians, I feel like you would want a good amount of Donzos and Javelin throwers to kind of get that one hit KO. Like everyone throws their spears at once, you kill one villager, and then you back off. Because this is the result of going back and forth. The Barbican is just picking away at these units, and until he gets some kind of healing, all these units are going to remain damaged. Although maybe Warrior Scouts, yeah, they have health regeneration. Okay, at least the Warrior Scouts can recover, but his injured Javelin throwers, his injured sofas, those can be costly. I'm sending units out on the map. I don't know how I feel about this. Honestly, I was trying to chase his Javelin throwers, which I saw go to the north, but I don't think we're going to get anything out of it. Technology-wise, opponent has gone for a quick wheelbarrow. I've gone for a quick double broadaxe. No surprises there. Those are both really good early upgrades. You can see I'm kind of dancing back and forth. I'm not sure what to do. I'm sending these units around to check these gold veins to see if he's got another pit mine operation going. But I suspect it'll be this one as his second pit mine. Now I'm sending units back because I'm seeing a large group here. But again, I don't think he's engaging at the right spot. Like going up against the Barbican is never a good idea. It's got room for 10 villagers. It's at the front of my base. I really would like to see him maybe go around to my wood line, but we've actually got a lot of outposts. Got an outpost here. Would love to see him maybe come at this angle. If he can wrap around and come in here, he can probably get pickoffs on this wood line and maybe these villagers. But I think I might recognize that. I put a village here and I'm putting down the second town center. Now this is a problem. My units which are out on the map and I didn't feel comfortable about, well, there's a good reason I didn't feel comfortable about them, because he caught some of them and was able to pick a lot of them off. That said, the second town center is finishing up. We haven't lost any villagers. We've lost a few military units. At this point, all I need to do is survive for another 5 minutes, and we're going to have a huge advantage. Just because our villager production is going to be insane. I'm nervous that I was going to get all-in, so I actually supervised my archer range and barracks for a little bit, and that's how we were able to get this big army all of a sudden. But I can't really sniff out what my opponent's doing, and as you saw, any scouts that I send over his way, he just chases them down with his warrior scouts. Warrior scouts seem really good for denying vision. I'm really in the dark as to what my opponent is doing. I like my unit composition. Seems like it's a good choice against his mostly cavalry and some ranged units. We've gotten our own blacksmith down. I wish I had gotten it in range of the Imperial Academy, but oh well. And it's also unfortunate that this town center is blocking a good chunk of the Imperial Academy, but I try to not worry too much about getting it just right. And here he comes in with more of his warrior scouts. He's going to try and target this villager down. But we'll just retreat. And these villagers I'm not too worried about. But let's see how well the warrior scouts do against like one villager here. About as effective as horsemen, I'd say. But really they're getting tons of vision here. He just saw the wall on the back there. He's trying to burn down the village, but I'll just send a villager out. And yeah, some spearmen to scare off his warrior scouts. At this point, I'm bracing for either a wall of units and rams coming into my base, or my opponent reaching the castle age. Like right at this very moment, I'm saying to myself, my opponent is about to hit the castle age. I just know it. I can feel it. But I haven't seen anything yet, and we appear to be pretty stable. We've got way too many people on lumber, but we can fix that. Because we're just going to spend a lot of it on farms. And here's his army coming forward, and I'm like, where are the rams? The rams should be here. Spearmen are connecting. Ooh, don't like the retreat there. That's unfortunate. I'm going to just lose a lot of spearmen there. If we're on top of his units, we should stay on top of them. But then again, he's just got the numbers. Wow. These are strong units, these javelin throwers. Fortunately, the Barbican and the town center discouraged him, but we're not trading too well. Taking a look up top, looks like I'm pulling ahead in villagers. No surprise there. But it's not as big as I would expect. I think my opponent has gone for a second town center, and I'm hoping that one of my scouts can confirm it shortly. Yeah, we're sending our scouts in. We need more vision of his base. There's the second pit mine. He's surrounding a scout with villagers. Unfortunate. I'm going to lose the scout. Really need to learn more about what he's doing. But another thing I'm not seeing are cattle ranches or cows. And I really think that that's a smart move. Feel like cows for the Malians can be a real trap. Like, there's got to be better ways to leverage your gold, although right now he's got a ton of it. Ooh, and we find a good pickoff here. I decide to send a small group out, and we find his villagers moving to the next food source. I did this because when my scout got killed by his villagers back here, I realized that all the food was gone here, and so that he was going to need to go to another food source. So I sent my units to patrol this deer camp, this berry bush, and these deer. And it pays off. We got 2 villagers there. We might be able to get some more here. Yep, getting good kills. Love it. But now the archers are showing up. So that's going to give us a bit more of an economic advantage. There we go. We're at 85 villagers. He's at 65. So we've got a 20 villager advantage. But don't underestimate the passive income that's maybe coming from the Malians. And look at how much gold my opponent has. He's really piling it up. And I think this is a good advantage for the Malians. If he was going for cattle, he'd have a lot less gold and maybe more food income. But as you can see, he has a military that can secure him food sources on the map. So, I don't know. I just feel like these cows, they just don't really pay off. Or, at the very least, you should make them in the late game. Because I'd love to see the Grand Fulani Corral be maybe an Imperial Age landmark. Because I feel like you want sustainable food sources later in the game. Heck, I think the Delhi have a similar landmark. Just something that gives you lots of food towards the end of the game. We're going to pick off this villager. That'll put us at 6 villager kills. Nice. And then we're just going to hightail it out. We don't want to continue fighting there. We're still sending scouts in. I love this. Just keep sending them in. My opponent needs to keep doing that. It's been a while since he's suicided in a few scouts to my base, and he's just not got an idea of what I might be doing. I mean, I made it to the castle age. I'm not sure if he's going to get aggressive or if he's just going to sit back. There's that second town center that we've confirmed. We're still just about 20 villagers ahead. Oh, and here comes his forces. They're well upgraded. He's spotting some of my villagers, but I am getting my castle age units out. Yeah, this is looking okay. I don't think I can commit here. I'm going to have to continue to play defensive. But the big ranged army is just confirming for me that we're going to need clock tower nest of bees. Yeah, there's the first nest of bees out. Love that. We're going to need to retreat these villagers. We're very happy that his army came from the north. If they had come from the south down here, he probably would have found all these villagers and slaughtered them. Instead, I'm getting the chance to retreat them to the Barbican. And we actually made a pretty early monastery. I decided maybe we can play the religious game a little earlier than normal this game. Taking a look at technologies, I've pretty much got all the tier 1 techs. Opponent basically has all of them. He still needs mining and I think, yeah, fitted leatherwork. And look at that. Opponent makes it to the castle age with the Farimba garrison. And I, again, think this is the right choice. I just think these cows in the Grand Fulani Corral, they're just kind of underpowered or just don't feel good. I don't really know how to describe it. But Yeah, the Farimba Garrison, this is an interesting landmark. It allows you to spend gold to buy sets of 5 units. So imagine the cost of all of his 5 archers, 5 Malian archers. Convert that cost in resources to gold only, and then take 20% off. That's what you can produce at the Farimba Garrison. So what a way to leverage the big pile of gold that he has in his bank. I really think it was a good choice from him. I wouldn't be surprised if he planned it out, and maybe he's going to go to 200 pop at this point. Just spam out units from the Farimba Garrison, from his own military production, and just swarm the map with units. That said, he really needs to secure up these golds if he's going to do that, because he's going to need to get continual gold income. I'm picking away at the walls here, thinking maybe we can secure this sacred site in the near future, but really I'm just posturing. I kind of want to see what he's going to send out. I hit the castle age before him, so I'm kind of saying like, hey, I've got siege units. I'm going to pick away at these walls. I'm going to send raiding units. I'm going to just try and split up your forces and force you to make poor decisions. I'd love if these knights just ran into his like pit mine or to the back of his base. I'm still not sure where his army is, and we have good vision on the map. You can see how much of the map we can see here. And there we go. It looks like his army is mostly ranged units, but there are Donzos starting to be mixed in, the spearmen for the Malians. Series of great decisions here. I send a small force this way, his entire army chases it. I send forces north to kill his villagers that are chopping wood. He smartly puts a quick wall down, and my units get completely blocked and killed by all his ranged units. Great decision making from both of us right there. I thought I had juked him by sending those spearmen down and his whole army went there, but then he wisely used his villagers to prevent my units from reaching them. We are still getting wins on the map, though. We're destroying his pit mine and these houses here. Looks like he has to respond. Yeah, there we go. And he's getting a very important technology, poisoned arrows. I think that's the bread and butter to the Malian strategy. Make lots of archers because they're a versatile unit for the Malians. That poison, I mean, it chips through armor, so what I mean to say is, yeah, the archer might not do much damage to the palace guard initially, but the poison buildup will deal damage over time. Things are looking a little dicey here. I'm wondering if this is going to be the engagement. I think it will be. So let's take a look here and talk a little bit about what's going on. There is a stealth forest here that is probably to his advantage, especially since he has warrior scouts. I think I have the unit advantage. Upgrades were probably equal. The fact that I have 18 palace guards here feels really good. Malians do not get crossbowmen, so they will not be able to deal with these heavy units easily. He needs his Musafati warriors to join in. I also like the fact that I have a nest of bees. I'd love to target down his range units in the back. He doesn't have springalds, though I don't have any defensive structures that I can retreat to. That's a little disappointing, because that's a good way to keep your siege units safe. These knights are going to get destroyed by these veteran Donzos. And it's pretty cool that his poison upgrade finished right when the battle began. And he does have veterancy for his archers, but the nest of bees is delivering good damage, and a lot of his units seemed to have already been damaged. These Jugnu are doing good work to his Donzos. I wish the veterancy upgrade for them had finished a little sooner, but oh well. While it felt like my palace guards would just stay alive and we'd be able to run over his units, look at how much damage these archers and javelin throwers are doing. Unfortunately, it's now just a battle of the ranged units, and while he might think he has the advantage with his strong archers and his javelin throwers, These nest of bees are just way too strong, and I'm using them appropriately. I'm targeting the correct units. I'm not having them get distracted by the cavalry. I'm just targeting all these units in the back. There you go. Look at that. So effective. He has to back away. Additionally, we're getting kills over here with some spearmen. We're up to 10 villager kills, but he's responding well. He's responding well. More villager kills down here. This is really good that I'm getting all these villager kills, but he's actually not falling behind too badly in terms of the economy. You can see the only thing he's really lacking is gold. And the Malians, I mean, yeah, they are reliant on gold, but their archers are so good that you should just be spamming them out, and all they cost are food and wood. Smart move from him bringing the sofas in on top of my nest of bees. Good target firing there from my opponent. Really smart. He's going to lose his sofas, but he's going to destroy my nest of bees, and now his archers will have free reign. He's going pretty heavy into the sofas. I don't know about this. He's got to keep up his archer production too. And his Farimba garrison, unfortunately, is completely useless at this point because he has 200 gold income and only about 100 gold in the bank. That's tough. That's really tough. I'm going to be losing my units back here because he is keeping up in the army supply. Like, as much as I thought I had a clear victory there, he's reproducing incredibly quickly. Now, this is another series of bold decisions by both of us. I'm putting a keep down, and I like this move. It is going to secure not only the sacred site, but also this gold vein. And because I'm the Chinese, we build buildings a little faster. We've got a ton of villagers on this keep. It looks like he might be able to push through this position. We're both rallying units. I am losing some villagers, though we have the textiles upgrade. But the moment this keep finishes, he has to back off. I like his idea to put a keep down. I think he had the idea maybe 2-3 seconds after I had the idea. So good on him for trying it out, but going up against the Chinese in terms of buildings is just rough. He's putting it back here. I'm not sure what this is securing. It's just kind of the area that we've been attacking. So I'm not sure if it's going to serve him well, but we'll see. Crossbowman, really only effective versus his sofas. I haven't really seen him making Musafati warriors, though they might be mixed in here. But at this point, look at the army totals. We just have a standing army and he doesn't. I think when the keep finished, this duking it out in the middle here just wasn't working out for him. We're securing the religious game as well. We've got 2 relics, 1 sacred site, and we're likely, securing this one as well. It was a good matchup. I'm really excited to face more Malian opponents, and I think this Malian opponent is figuring it out. I think he's got the right idea. Forget the cows, get the Fulani, or get the Farimba garrison, and just pump out units. Use those archers in the Castle Age with their poison to make just a really strong ranged army. The problem is, if you're going to make an army like that, that's like an English army. You're super reliant on your longbowmen to be dishing out damage, and you just need a line of spearmen and man-at-arms to defend them. Every time you do that, your opponent's going to come at you with mangonels or nests of bees. So make some spring alds. Anticipate the siege game by getting a few spring alds out. It was a great game. Hope to run into Fade in the future. And thanks for tuning in. Catch you next time.